everyone to this talk. I would like to thank you all for joining my webinar. Also, I would like to thank IEEE TEAMS chapter for inviting me to present in this webinar. So first, I am Dr. Chong Zilin from School of Mathematical Sciences, University Science Malaysia. And today my topic is how AI impacts our daily lives. So I will discuss this content in my webinar. So the first one, I will talk about Introduction to Artificial Intelligence, or called AI. And the second one, I will talk about AI concepts. The third one, I will talk about how AI is changing many industries, followed by how AI is changing the job market. Number 5, I will talk about robots and how they will change our lives. Number 6, AI activities of big technology companies, followed by conclusions. So do you know that AI is changing our world faster than we can imagine? The fact is, AI is already an inseparable part of our lives, in some ways that we cannot even predict whether we like it or not. So would you like to know more about this fascinating technology? So AI helps us to do almost everything better, faster, and cheaper. However, along with the benefit will come new challenges as well. Undeniably, AI will also bring about some considerable changes that we need to start preparing for now. In this webinar, you will discover more about AI concept and how AI impacts our daily lives. So AI is a complex topic. For that reason, there are several definitions that you might encounter. So the first, by Oxford Dictionary, AI is the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages. So AI has another definition, which is a computer or a computer program with a mechanism to learn. It then uses that knowledge to make decisions in a new situation as humans do. So the researcher building this software tries to write code that can read images, text, video, or audio and learn something from it. Once the machine has learned, the knowledge can be put to use elsewhere. So more simply, I try to keep things simple, so I define AI as computers, using computers to do things that normally require human intelligence. So one of the key features of AI is that it enables machines to learn new things rather than requiring programming specific to a new task. So for example, some of the AI-powered computers has able to outbid the world's best human competitors. So in 1996, IBM Deep Blue won against the best chess player. 2011, IBM Watson won against Jeopardy player. 2016, Google DeepMind won against the world's best Go player. 2017, Libretus won against the best poker player. In 2017, AlphaGo Zero reached the highest level of Go without any human data, simply by teaching itself how to play. So this figure highlights the primary characteristic of the first, second, third, and fourth industrial revolution. I think you heard this a lot nowadays. It's called IR 4.0. So for the IR 1.0, it is about industrial revolution using water and steam power. Okay, that is in 1970 something. So the second industrial revolution is about electricity. With electricity, everything becomes accessible. Mass production and assembly line were introduced. Automation, personal computer, and internet, that is under third industrial revolution. Okay, it's about computing. So starting from 1990s and so on. So today, we are in the fourth industrial revolution. So it's about artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology, quantum computing, biotech, Internet of Things, 3D printing, autonomous vehicles, and so on. So, Professor Andrew Ng, a leading expert in AI and machine learning, says AI is the new electricity because AI will use to power other technologies. So these are the AI concepts. So artificial intelligence is a big picture, it's a very big scope. So artificial intelligence is any technique that enables computer to mimic human intelligence. So they can use machine learning, they can use if-then rules, decision trees, okay, so that machine can learn to make decisions like a human would. So a subset of artificial intelligence is machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI that use statistical technique that enable machine to improve at tasks with experience. So that includes deep learning. Okay. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning, which are capable of learning unsupervised from the data that is unstructured or unlabeled. So by using deep learning, the computer learn how to perform tasks like speech and image recognition by using multi-layer neural networks and also a vast amount of data. So there are three main types of machine learning, which are called supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforced learning. So for supervised learning, algorithms use data that has already been labeled or organized. With this method, human input is required to be able to provide feedback. So in supervised learning, there are the two main things, which is classification technique as well as regression technique. So for the unsupervised learning, it implements algorithm in which data is not labeled or organized ahead of time. Instead, relationship must be discovered without human intervention. So two very category in the unsupervised learning is the dimensionality reduction and clustering. So dimensionality reduction is used in text mining, facial recognition, big data visualization, and image recognition, and so on. So reinforced learning is algorithm able to learn from experience. They are not given explicit goals except to maximize some reward. So they are using in AI, gaming, financial sector, manufacturing, inventory management, and robot navigation. Okay. So the computer will reinforce their learning by learning from the experience. Okay. With deep learning, we can perform feature extraction and classification in one shot, which means we only need to design one model. For example, in machine learning. So in machine learning, this is called supervised learning. So human intervention is required for feature extraction. That means dimensionality reduction or organizing of data for the machine learning, the classification method to work. However, in deep learning, this is under unsupervised learning. So deep learning algorithm perform features extraction and classification at the same time. Okay, they do this by itself using data that is not labeled or organized ahead of time. Okay, so the output is the same, but for deep learning, no human intervention is required. So how AI is changing many industries? So you know that AI has impacted nearly every industry in our society. So such as entertainment, real estate, retail and e-commerce, travel, banking and finance, manufacturing, food tech, healthcare and logistics. However, I will only cover retail and e-commerce, banking and healthcare in this section because I cannot cover everything due to time constraint. So first, we look at retail and e-commerce. So in future, you will see grocery stores that offer a blend of automated technology and just a few human assistants to make sure that everything runs seamlessly for the shoppers. So in addition to automated payment system and robots, biometrics is another way that AI will change the way retail store operates. So for example, facial recognition tools are gaining momentum in the marketplace and will likely be implemented in store in the future. Analyzing your facial expression as you examine various products and creating personalized promotion based on the sensor observation. So biometric technology has a huge potential for stores that are interested in personalizing their promotional efforts, but are also cause for concern when it comes to consumer privacy. So AI has undoubtedly found a sweet spot in the entire scheme of things. So you often see product recommendation on your Lazada or Alibaba account. Okay, it is a real-time application of sophisticated AI algorithm to determine which product you are more likely to buy. So the software or the program will automatically suggest this product to you. So the AI applications are also increasingly being used to enhance the customer experience. For example, there are many chatbots available on websites which are powered by AI and are programmed to provide instant answer to a range of common customer inquiries. So in the retail and e-commerce, so these are the benefits that achieved by using AI tools. Okay, so 20% of stock reduction. Okay, so this is inventory management. So fewer product return, 30% reduction in stocking time because of autonomous vehicles, 50% improvement in assortment efficiency. Okay, because robot is very efficient, 50% more efficient compared to human in sort the items, as well as 30% online sales increase because of dynamic pricing and personalization according to the need of each customer. So the second is in the banking and finance services. So by using AI, the banking sector, they can provide better customer service by using automated bots like Facebook Messenger or a bank website to quickly inquire about banking service. The second one is more reliable investment service with robot advisors. So asset management companies are beginning to introduce robot advisors that can offer financial advice and portfolio management services with little or no human intervention. Okay. The third advantage is greater efficiency with less paperwork. So for example, JP Morgan Chase and Corporation has introduced a machine learning program called COIN, which has eliminated over 360,000 hours of work for lawyers each year. So COIN is a short form for contract intelligence. It uses AI to review and interpret commercial loan agreements in just a few seconds, performing the kind of analysis that would take a team of lawyers hundreds of hours to complete. And the fourth advantage is improved financial security. So AI-powered security system, they can identify potential illegal access points to a financial institution data or fund by simulating various situations in which a financial crime could be committed. So in the healthcare industry, AI will revolutionize the healthcare industry by allowing people around the world to receive safer and more efficient care and making it easier to prevent and cure diseases. So traditionally, the analysis of health record, medical literature, historical trends are very time-consuming, and these are actually very suitable to be used for AI tools. So AI is currently being applied for a range of healthcare needs, including data mining for identifying patterns and then carrying out the more accurate diagnosis and treatment of medical conditions, medical imaging, medical management, and so on. So for example, a very famous AI assistant named by IBM, so the name is Watson. So it can use to do treatment plan and then analyze the patient medical record to identify a potential treatment plan. So in this Watson is given 1,000 cancer diagnoses in a test, and in 99% of the cases reviewed, the treatment plan recommended by Watson matches those suggested by the patient's oncologist, okay, by the physician. So in other words, IBM Watson is a great assistant to doctors. So top AI applications in healthcare division available include robot-assisted surgery, virtual nursing assistant, as well as administrative workflow assistant. Okay, this is according to Accenture Consulting report. So now we go into the fourth part, which is how AI is changing the job market. And I think this is a very critical component, okay, because there will be social unrest and other dire consequences if this issue is not addressed properly by leaders, politicians, and legislators. So in here, we will examine how many jobs will be lost, first job to be replaced, most difficult job to be replaced, and best industry in the future. So how many jobs will be lost? This is the biggest question arises as AI technology continue to develop. Okay, so whether human will be replaced by workforce, by robots, as robots becoming more and more capable in doing all the tasks that workers can do. So according to some reports, 47% of the US workers will face the threat of losing their job to automated technology over the next 20 years. Okay, nearly half of our work will be performed by some form of robot by the end of 2055. So between 400 and 800 million workers could lose their job to automated system by the end of 2030. So the first job to be replaced, so we use the formula proposed by Dr. Lee, who is the founder of Sinovation Ventures. This is the formula. Every job which takes less than 5 seconds to think will be done by robots. Okay, so you have to ponder about your job, whether your job need to take more than 5 seconds to think or not. Okay, so when discussing tasks that are automated and repetitive, most people tend to think first of low-income jobs. However, robot and AI technology will be able to replace a lot of white-collar workers as well. In the financial field, the American investment bank Goldman Sachs Group, which once employed 600 traders in its New York office, now has the same task being performed by just 2 human traders and an array of AI tools. So these are the most difficult jobs to be replaced. So this is based on a study by Oxford Martin School that grouped the jobs that are less likely to be replaced by robots in 3 basic categories, such as jobs that require hand-on manipulation, jobs that require creativity, and jobs that require social perception. So for hands-on, such as oral surgery, makeup artists, okay, and firefighters, creativity, art directors, curators, jobs that require social perception, mental health workers, nurses, coaches, and scouts. So, an addition factors that make some jobs harder to automate include, so all this, you can look at all this. All these jobs doesn't involve large quantities of data. So none of the jobs listed here deal with analysis of collection of large amount of data. Okay, and these jobs are based on human interaction. For example, especially the third part. Okay, so it requires some degree of interpersonal communication. Okay, in this area, human will always superior to AI system in human interpersonal communication. Okay, this job also have minimal repetition and routine. Okay, because repetitive tasks are the one thing that robot tools excel at. Okay, because AI, they need a lot of data. Okay, so they need to see a lot of repetition. So jobs that are difficult to learn through simple observation. So AI tools rely on monitors and cameras to collect data and to learn. Therefore, jobs requiring a high degree of intuition or flexibility will be harder to be replaced. Okay, so this such as oral surgeons, it is very difficult to learn through simple observation. Okay, or mental health workers. So this is the best industry in the future, according to John Cassier, a journalist and tech analyst. So this is the 13th field. So this field will be more likely to be staffed primarily by human workers than delegates to automated systems. So AI itself, augmented or mixed reality, robotic and automation, brain-machine interface, blockchain, quantum computing, nanotechnology, and some intelligence, virtual reality, VR, drone, genomic, data science, IoT, Internet of Things, 3D printing. Okay, so we have to think which area we can contribute in. So when an AI come into our life. So now we will discuss about development in the field of robotics and how they will impact society and the way we do business daily. This includes what is a robot, home robot, sophisticated robot, hotel run by robots. So we have to keep in mind that the purpose of robot is to serve humanity rather than the other way around. Robots will soon be an essential part of our daily life, both personally and professionally. Okay, so it's a good idea to be familiarized with their users and limitations early on. So first, what is a robot? So essentially, a robot is any machine that can be programmed to carry out complex actions. So the first robot was created, or the modern day robot was created in Bristol, England in 1948 by William Gray Walter. So these are the criteria for a robot. It must be able to be electronically programmed, can process data and physical perceptions such as visual, sound, okay, maybe touch, can work autonomously without intervention of human, can move around, okay, can operate some of the physical parts of a process, can sense and change according to its environment, can show intelligent behavior similar to human beings. Okay, so home robots. So you may also see some of these robots in your house. So in future, your homes will probably be full of different types of robots performing various tasks that you prefer not to do. So kitchen robot. So this is for example, a cooking robot by Molly. So this robot is reportedly can prepare over 100 meals by top chefs, including Thomas Keller and so on. So the second one is cleaning robot. I think this is the most common one we are currently seeing. So for example, the Roomba robot by iRobot, or the Xiaomi Xiaomi robot, by Xiaomi. So this can help you to clean the floor. So ironing robot, for example, Dressman from Salesman. Gardening robot, for example, solar power robot called the Turtle that can do weeding for you. Lawn mowing robots by Gardena and Husqvarna. Okay, this one can do automatic laundering for you. Basic home robot. So a companion robot called Curie, which was developed by Mayfield Robotics. Smart home robots. This I think is the most common one, like the refrigerator and other appliances that in your house, all connected to the Internet of Things. Okay, so you think as a refrigerator that's connected to Internet. So everything in your house, every equipment, okay, the tools you are using, all connected to Internet. So sophisticated robot. Sophisticated robot has demonstrated the ability to perform complicated tasks that until now have not been seen in any movies. Has only been seen in movies. One of the famous sophisticated robot is Sophia. So this is a human-looking robot that can teach kids, help elderly people, and most remarkably, mimic human facial expression. So you can go to this link and watch Sophia, a social humanoid robot, chatting with our Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir. So one of the interesting applications of robot in hotel industry is hotel run by robots. So there are plenty of examples of AI being used to assist business in services and hospitality industry. So you can look at Hansa Hotel in Japan. Okay, so this is how this hotel uses robotic workers. So for the receptionist, they use robot that can speak English, Japanese, and Korean fluently. For the bellhops, they can deliver your luggage directly to your room. Okay, for the concierge, so this is a voice-activated concierge bot operates within the hotel room. So you can use it to turn appliances off, on and off, providing information about weather and more, all with a simple verbal command. Okay, so this is something like Siri or Google Assistant. Okay, so AI activities for big technology companies. So we have to know what are the current technologies that big data big companies are developing. So nearly every large company out there has placed high importance, priority on the development and application of AI. Now we have to talk about 4 of these companies, taking an in-depth look at the way in which they apply AI. So these are the 4: Google, Facebook, IBM, Alibaba. So not included in here, including Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Baidu, Tencent. Okay, all these also use AI in the industry, but we are not considering them here. So first is the Google AI activities. So some of the best examples that demonstrate the capabilities and possibility of Google AI programs include AlphaGo, okay, which we have discussed earlier. So it is expert in playing the Go game, okay, by learning from itself. So bot learning to walk. So a Google AI bot developed by DeepMind, taught itself how to walk, run, and jump without human instruction. So TensorFlow, this is an open source library that assists in machine learning for developers and researchers. Google self-driving cars, powered by AI and machine learning. So Google AI activities, so you are familiar with Google Maps, voice typing, smart replies in Gmail, Google predictive searches. So this is Google smart replies in Gmail, okay? So smart replies are tailored to the content of each email. So users can reply by typing a manual response or can just click and choose one-click smart reply, okay? So this is Google predictive searches. So it is based on the data Google has collected about you, such as your location, age, and other personal details. So this search engine will attempt to guess what you might try to find. So this is Google Maps and Waze. So this is our friend nowadays, especially when you are driving and there's traffic jam. So this app can avoid traffic jam and route construction in order to find the quickest route to reach our destination. So you look at the red color part is where there's a traffic jam. So we suggest you to use the alternative route to avoid traffic jam. This is my favorite. This is called voice typing in Google Documents or Google Slides. So you see I can use it to type English, Malay, as well as Chinese, just by clicking this and speak through my microphone. So next we go to Facebook AI activities. So I think all of us use Facebook, but do we know that Facebook use a lot of AI in its social media? So first is Facebook photo search. So we can understand the content of photos. Okay, this feature can understand the content of photos so that the image can be searched using keywords on the social media platform. FB Learner Flow. So this is the AI backbone of Facebook. So it's able to analyze all the user content posted and then personalize everyone's experience uniquely. So if you go and use your friend Facebook, you'll find that the suggestion is different compared to your Facebook. So it's personalized to your friend, okay, not you. Text analysis. So understand the meaning of words and their context. Pattern recognition to prevent suicide. So it's able to analyze user posts and comments to spot possible suicide plan and then alert the appropriate professionals. So IBM AI activities. So IBM is over 100 years old. So the current flagship is Watson, which we have discussed earlier. So this is an AI which beat two human champion players on the TV game show Jeopardy in 2011. So Watson is also capable in this area. So in the medicine, so which already discussed earlier, Watson Analytics is able to discover relationship, correlation, and outlook from the dataset. So Watson Analytics is a very good visualization tools. Okay, it excels in visualization. It helps businesses get useful info from the data, including trend and forecast for their company. So Enterprising Watson. So this is an expansion to make strategic connection with other companies. So Watson in education, helping to train university students. So Georgia Tech released Jill Watson, an AI teaching assistant to help students answer questions, okay, when they are taking online courses. So Alibaba AI activities. So Alibaba is the largest online retail company in China. Okay, so these are how Alibaba applies AI. So robots run the warehouses. So when you go to the warehouses, you see that robots handling 70% of the work done in the warehouses. So robot is very efficient in doing all the tasks in warehouses. So they can carry up to 500 kg weights of items. So AI-powered product recommendation algorithm, okay, so it's able to examine product reviews and website so that user experience it can make smart product suggestions. So AI-powered drone deliveries. So for example, they have managed to send 12 kg of item over 5.5 kilometer distance. So Fashion AI shopping consultant. So this is used in retail stores. Okay. So they place this inside the store dressing room. So customer service chatbot. So when you go and chat, this is provide quick and effective experience with customer service. So powerful computational engine, so it can complete or process over 175,000 transactions in a single second. So in conclusion, AI is like a two-edged sword. At one end, they can solve problems intelligently. At another end, they pose a problem themselves, such as privacy and replace our job. So we have to handle it properly. Okay, and these are the references. Thank you.